think it's about time to get rid of this. Definitely an easier job to do on a hatchback than a convertible. So all the coilovers are on, adjusted, and now the fenders are all rolled. I'm currently sanding down all of the wheels to hopefully get all the clear coat that was on there. When I first did it, there was still clear coat on it, and it didn't really work the best. So now I'm sanding these all down, getting in all the cracks and stuff, and then I'm gonna give these a good polish and hopefully get a lot cleaner of a shine out of it. And I also got some new center caps, which will definitely tie these wheels together. They're kind of rough, but these center caps were very expensive, so I got a cheap set on eBay that was kind of dinged up. I was hoping I could possibly pop the logos out and polish them up, or take the, clean these up, but I don't think I can do that, so we might just be running them as is. But I think it'll definitely look better than just a hole there, and the logo will tie it together and look cool for sure. Quite a while since you saw that last clip. A lot of things have happened. I've been pretty busy, and plans for this car are kind of changing. You saw that I was sanding the wheels and I was going to polish them up. Well, I tried to polish them and realized I kind of suck at polishing stuff, but also kind of realized I kind of like the look of just the sanded down wheel. It's like more of a dull finish, and it cleaned the wheels up, but I don't know, to me it still looked cool. And I think it's better for the maintenance. I think keeping the polished wheels looking good and clean was just going to be too hard. It's not like I'm not polishing and waxing this car, at least not yet. So to me, it just made sense to just leave it, since I like the way it looked and it was easier to deal with and maintain. The other thing is, I've decided that I'm no longer going to be drifting my M30. The Infiniti is just such a good daily that I don't really want to ruin that. It's just so comfy, it's fun, it looks cool, but it's just plush and it's nice. And if I'm going to drift anything, I feel like I should drift this car because it's a lot rough around the edges, and it's an RX-7. So there's plenty of aftermarket support, where the Infiniti, you know, it had S13 stuff on it, and it was going to be like, you know, there's no support. And if I was to crash a car, it would be tragic. If I was to crash this car, it's kind of whatever, because it's not nearly as nice, and I can get replacement body panels for it. Like, if I need to cover up a bad crash quarter with some body kit, I can do that. There's not really options for the M30 to do that. But what I'm probably gonna end up doing is taking the hatchback doors and roof I had from that parts car and end up welding the roof on this thing and making it a coupe. And then from there, I'll make it a drift car. I want it to be a streetable drift car. I don't want to strip the interior out. I don't want to, you know, I'm not putting a cage in it or anything just crazy yet. I just want to weld the diff and weld the roof on and make just a basic streetable drift car. I think it'll be fun and cool, and I think it'll suit this car really well. I didn't want to do it at first because I really like the convertibleness. I really liked that, just cruising in this car, dropping the top and having a good time. But I'm ready to move on. I think it's time for this car to see something new. And since it's so rough and beat up, it's never gonna be as nice of a car as the Infiniti. It's just not. There's a little bit of rust, there's dings everywhere, and with the combination, the windows don't work in this car, and the window regulars on convertibles are totally different, and like the electronics are a pain. So I think I can just put on the hatchback doors, crank window, swap it, and be done. It'll be easy, and for this car, I think that's going to be perfect. You know, I don't want to ruin it, but at the same time, it's already kind of battered, so I'm not going to try and polish a turd. So the new coilovers, they handle good, but are really stiff, really uncomfortable, not great. For drift car, it's probably fine, but I definitely would not want to daily this thing. I know some people have different standards. They can run max speeding rods all day, but that's just not me. But these are some coilover conversion struts that I got off my parts car, which were basically free. So cheap, low, looks good. And it will do the job for now. Maybe down the road, I'll upgrade it to something else when I actually like dial this car in for drifting or whatever I'm end up doing with it. But for now, it got it looking good, and that's just fine. As much as it rides so much worse, I'm so happy to see it finally lowered. It deserved this really bad. It actually didn't look too bad not lowered, but now that it is, it's... And with the top down, it looks silly. It's kind of comical. It looks like a boat, and I love it. I definitely love it. But if you're interested in an RX-7 coupe build and an RX-7 drift build, stay tuned, and there will be more of this car, hopefully, coming this winter. See you guys. I still don't know how to do this whole talking to camera thing. Please tell me how to do it, because I'm bad at it. I know how to point the camera and get cool cinematics. I don't know how to